Good evening. Did you have a great day? Sounds like it. There's still a big trophy sitting up here in front of me. I think maybe tomorrow before we go home, one of you should come get it. It'll be fun to see who gets through it. Egypt's already had their photograph made with it up here, but we'll see. I heard you all competed very well. Congratulations to you, and remember, you're all winners for even having been here. Congratulations to you all. I'm up here to introduce our speaker. Tonight's keynote is responsible for the strategic direction and performance of a company that serves more than 140 million customers each week and had revenues of nearly $275 billion last year. He leads 1.3 million associates and has over 4,000 stores. Before he was named the president and CEO of Walmart US, he served as the chief operating officer from 2007 to 2010. Prior to that, he was the executive vice president of professional services and new business development. He led the team that created and launched Walmart's $4 prescription drug program. He's smart, he's creative, and he's courageous. Please help me welcome Bill Simon.
Good evening. Bonsoir. Buenas tardes. Ahlan akillun wa salam alaikum. It's great to be here with you. Doug, thank you so much for the introduction. It's terrific. Your partnership is appreciated, and the leadership job you've done here at Enactus is incredible, and you should be proud of that. And thanks for the invitation. I've been wanting to get a chance to spend some time with the group here, and this is just a terrific opportunity for me. But congratulations to all of you for being able to participate and making it here to the World Cup. That's quite an accomplishment. Let's hear it for give yourselves a round of applause. It's incredible. It's so hard to get to this point, and you've made it. So you've already all won. And clearly you're way ahead of where I was at your age. I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do next. And you already know, and you're already making a difference in the world. And now you have your whole life ahead of you to share what you've learned through Enactus and your university opportunity. And that work so far is inspiring. Just take the last two World Cup winners, Belmont University and their recycling program, where they were able to build a nonprofit to employ formerly homeless and incarcerated workers, or the University of Regensburg Bottles for Life program. That's great stuff, putting people back to work, or putting people to work and providing jobs and helping the environment at the same time. And I think the key here is that you're working for the common good. And at Walmart, we think so highly of this group at Enactus, and we've been involved for 25 years and have been recruiting students for over 25 years. In fact, the last year alone, over 100 of you are now working for our company, and I certainly hope that many of you in the audience will join that group as we go forward. What is such a great fit for our company is the values-driven leaders that you are and you are growing into here at Enactus. You believe in free enterprise, and you're known for your integrity, and that's what we truly value at Walmart. And that's a great way to start, as any with integrity. And I learned about it at a very young age. For those of you who know the Lebanese culture, my parents are Lebanese, and I spent part of my childhood growing up in Beirut. And the Lebanese culture is very entrepreneurial and very business-oriented. And my dad would tell me stories at a young age about growing up and getting the very best business deal you could. And he would negotiate and argue, even over something as small as a loaf of bread sometimes. We would ask him why, and he said, that's what we're supposed to do. But then he followed it up with a lesson that I've never forgotten to this day. And he said, after you shake hands and the deal's done, if that person drops $1 or their wallet, you have to follow them to the end of the earth to make sure they get it back, because that's what's fair. And that's what integrity is about, and I love what you're building here. And both of those traits in life, if you follow them, you can't go wrong. So I came here on a recruiting trip. Not only a recruiting trip for Walmart, I think Doug and Mike Moore and those involved with Enactus have that pretty well under control. I came here on a recruiting trip for the world, for the global community. I want to ask you to help use what you're learning here today and through Enactus and in your lives at your universities to help change the world, because I believe and we believe that business can lead and business can change the world. You see, more than ever, our world needs principle-based leaders. Your countries need you and your communities need you. You're going to be joining the workforce at an incredible moment in history. It's difficult now in parts of the world. Global economy isn't what it once was, and confidence has been shattered, but we have a future generation of leaders that make us all so very encouraged, and we need you to help lead an economic renewal. So be hopeful and be forward-looking, because the world is right in the palm of your hands. Many people around the world want to live in peace and raise their children in safety and security, and for many right now it's just not possible. A lot of us have witnessed firsthand that we can't be so reliant on the government to grow business, or to engineer a turnaround in an economy, or to respond quickly to injustice. But in business we can. In business we can respond quickly, and in business we can lead, and in business we don't have to wait for anything to happen other than a good idea and a person willing to implement it. You're part of the solution, and you can drive that positive change. So if I can, I'd like to take just a few minutes this evening and talk to you about some lessons that I've learned along the way, and maybe they'll help you. I'm going to start with a poem. One of the great treasures of Lebanon is the poet Khalil Gibran, who wrote in the early 1900s. And he wrote, "Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude that you bring to life." And what he meant was that attitude is everything. The key to unlocking potential is your attitude. So the first piece of advice I'd give you is live your life with determination, and don't let anything stop you. If you want something, plan for it, work for it, go for it, and you will achieve it. After graduate school, I took a job with a leading consumer products company in the U.S. in operations. Now it's different than it is today. Today you could, Google or do an internet search and find out exactly what the job was about, exactly where you'd be working, and probably even get pictures of it. But back in the Stone Age, when I started working, it was different. I wasn't really sure what I'd be doing in operations. I thought something like strategic planning. So I showed up for my very first day of work, master's degree in hand, freshly minted, in a suit. I looked very good. I got there bright and early because I wanted to make a good impression, and I went into human resources and I filled out the paperwork, and I was done, and I had my ID card, and I was so proud of myself. And the woman told me, "Well, okay, you're good. You can go home now. We'll see you at 12 o'clock. And I said, 12 o'clock? You get started awfully late around here. That's lunchtime. She said, "No, that's midnight. You're the third shift production manager at a cigarette factory." Oops. Little did I know that I was going to spend many, many groggy nights and groggy days working that overnight shift. And at first I was a little disappointed and discouraged and said I went to graduate school to work in a factory. Oh my goodness. And I decided that I wasn't happy with that and I was going to change it. So one morning after my shift ended, I went home and I took a shower and I watched the tobacco dust off, and I went back and I started to hang around the marketing department. I decided I wanted to be in marketing. I watched, I learned, I made them want me. Now I had an ID, or they would have called security and thrown me out, so they couldn't get rid of me. And I started volunteering to do things, and people would look at me like, "Who are you again? Who do you work for?" And the answer was nobody. I was free labor, and I started writing reports about things that nobody asked for. And eventually, somebody read one. And eventually, it made sense to somebody. In 9 months, work the night shift, get up, take a shower, get dressed, go to work again, make a difference, change your fate, focus, grow, learn, be determined. I finally got a job in marketing, and that was the start of my career. And it wasn't what I had planned when I went to graduate school, but it worked out pretty well for me. But keep the attitude. Keep the focus. Keep challenging yourself, reinvent yourself where necessary, and if you want something, there is no stopping you if you decide you're going to get it. Next, I want to tell you about, I think, what may be the most important factor in any business leader, and that is having the courage of your convictions. I joined Walmart in March of 2006, and just a few months later in July, the team I was working with came up with the idea to offer medicine, generic prescriptions, to customers for $4. Now, for those of you who don't know, medical care in the U.S. can be very, very expensive. And at that time, prescription medicines were particularly so, often costing hundreds of dollars for 30 days worth of medicine. And sometimes our customers at Walmart were having to make difficult decisions between the medicines that they need to stay alive and the food that they needed to feed their family. And we knew that just wasn't right. So we came up with the idea that for just $4, Walmart customers would have access to those medicines. And in August, again, joined in March. In August, we presented the idea to Walmart leadership, and in September, we launched the program. It was ambitious, it was bold, and believe me when I tell you, it was not without resistance, internal and external. And you see, it was very risky. It was very risky for the company because it was expensive, and it was very risky for me personally. I'd been with the company 6 months, and I was thinking it might be the shortest Walmart career in history. I didn't even know if it was going to work. We weren't sure it would work. We needed, clearly, when you lower the price that much, you need to get the customer to respond. And so the night before the launch, I remember sitting there talking with my wife, who has always been beside me. And she said the words of wisdom that have stuck with me. She said, if you get fired for helping people save money on medicine, what better thing in the world could there be to get fired for? So, and to this very day, we have saved customers in the U.S. billions and billions of dollars on their health care. In fact, it's probably the only thing that anybody can point to that's actually lowered the cost of health care in the U.S. Saving people money so they can live better. I mean, what better thing in the world could you do? Could you get up for every day? It's a privilege that we have at Walmart. Now, one last story, and this is important because it took me personally a long time to figure this one out. And I'm going to talk about my son, who happens to be in his third year at Baylor University in Texas. And he's a software engineering major, and I don't even know what that is, but it sounds smart. He started a few years ago, and I remember when I went down to pick him up after his first semester, he came home with his first semester grades, and as they weren't, how many of you guys had that first semester? No, you don't have to raise your hand. His grades were, let's say they were average. And anybody who works with me knows I don't like average at all. It took me almost 50 years to learn that average isn't good enough. But with my son, you can't treat him like he works for you, because he tells me often that he doesn't work for me. And I wasn't angry really, and I wasn't really even disappointed, but he needed to understand the consequences and the limitations of being average, or performing average. See, today, and we were talking about this just a little bit ago while we were grabbing a bite to eat, my son does not live an average life. We're very blessed and privileged with some of the things that we have and that we get to do. And he is not average today, and if he wants to remain above average, he's going to have to perform above average. He has to understand that average has its limitations. You can choose to be average, I told him, or you can choose to be exceptional. But it's up to you, but you have to recognize that average won't get you the things that you want in life. Average doesn't inspire people. Average doesn't fuel change. Average doesn't stir excitement in people. And average doesn't deliver fulfillment in your life, I promise you that. It took me a long time to figure that out. Choose to do more. Choose to be more. It's your responsibility. My mother used to talk about live up to your potential, and I just sort of thought she was kind of, being a mother. But I understand what that means today. If you have to live to your potential, you have that obligation, you have that capability. The world needs you to do that. We're counting on you to make a difference in your countries and in your communities all around the world. And at Walmart, we believe that too. Let me tell you about a few initiatives that we've focused on over the years that is an example of how business can lead and fuel that kind of change. You all know about our sustainability initiatives. In 2005, our CEO at the time, Lee Scott, set out some very bold goals. We didn't have any idea how we were going to make these goals when we launched them, but I'm happy to tell you that we're very, very well on our way to achieving them. We said we were going to create zero waste, to be supplied by 100% renewable energy, and to sell products that sustain people and the environment. And today in the U.S. stores, for example, over 85% of the waste from our stores is diverted from landfills. And we're the largest user of renewable energy in the U.S., private user of renewable energy in the U.S. That's wind, solar, and fuel cell technology. We're well on our way to delivering those objectives. Sustainability is not only good for the environment, but it's good for our bottom line. It's done very well for us, and we can pass those savings on to customers. Last year alone, for example, we generated over $111 million of income on our P&L from recycling. And our truck fleet saved about $130 million from efficiencies in load and in technology. And sustainability helps our business in other ways too, and we're moving forward. Just a few weeks ago, we announced that we're asking our suppliers to transition to greener substitutes for certain chemicals in cleaning and beauty products. In fact, a spokesman for the Environmental Defense Fund said that our initiative set a new standard for the retail industry. What she told the reporter, this is very cool. She said, Walmart has been able to accomplish something that the government has not been able to do. Surprise. I couldn't have said it better myself. And there's other examples all over the world that Walmart's making a difference that benefit both the communities and our business. And that's happening everywhere we operate. In our emerging markets, we manage a direct farm program to purchase fruit and vegetables directly from local farmers to help them all around the world. In fact, thousands of farmers around the world and hundreds right here in Mexico. We're also investing in job training. In several of our markets, we've developed social retail schools to train young people for their first jobs in retail. And last year, we announced a partnership with the Inter-American Development Bank to help train as many as 1 million youth over the next 10 years to get their first job. As the head of the U.S. business, I'm particularly proud of our commitment to buy an additional $50 billion in U.S.-made products over the next 10 years. $50 billion. It'll create much-needed manufacturing jobs in the United States. And the global economy that we operate in, factories abroad will keep humming along, driven in part by the rising middle class around the world. But you may have learned from your business classes that the next generation of production will increasingly be built closer to its point of consumption in every single country around the world. And it's an opportunity for us to make a difference in every single community around the world. See, business is the core of the local identity of most countries. And business plays a role in leading growth. Business creates jobs. And here's the best part, it always is. We don't need anything to do it except innovation, ideas, energy. We don't need a government. We don't need a bill. We don't need a law. We just need entrepreneurs who work hard, are committed to themselves and committed to their business, and we can create jobs. The business community can move our economies forward. We don't need any help to do that. Okay, so here's the hard part. Pretty soon, it'll be your turn. As you leave and go out there, you'll be entering a pretty challenging time globally, but the opportunity is incredible because you have the minds and you have the energy and you have the innovation and the ideas and the will to make a difference. Just choose to do it. Live with determination. Have the courage of your convictions and choose to be exceptional. Promise you this, it won't always be easy. In fact, it may never be easy. You will be frustrated. It can be hard, and you'll fail. At certain times, you'll fail, but you have to keep going. Now, I opened with Khalil Gibran, so I'll close with him too. He said, march on, and fear not the thorns or the sharp stone in life's path. You can do this. We need you to do this. If somebody tells you your ideas won't work, march on. When no one recognizes your efforts, march on. When you stumble and fail or fall, get up and march on. You march on. You can do this. The world needs you. Your countries need you. Your communities need you. We're expecting a lot from you, and maybe that's not fair. but you are about the best trained that you can be. Your experience here at Enactus has prepared you to help take the world forward, and I can't wait to see what you do. Thank you all.
Please welcome back the chairman of the Enactus Worldwide Board of Directors and the president and CEO of Walmart International, Doug McMillon.
Thank you, Bill. Great job. From third shift to leading a $275 billion business. We all start somewhere. Might as well be you next time. None of us are born in a business suit. You can do it. You can do it. Appreciate those remarks. While it's been an honor for me to serve as the chairman of Enactus for the past 2 years, I'm excited tonight to have the opportunity to introduce our new chairman. Throughout his career, he's worked in more than 50 countries and lived in 4 countries throughout the Middle East, North Africa, and Asia. As we continue to grow as a global organization, his unique perspective and experience will serve as a guide for us in the years ahead. Please join me in welcoming the new chairman of the Enactus Worldwide Board of Directors, the president and CEO of the Hershey Company, J.P. Bilbrey.
Well, as my first act as the new chairman, it's my honor to recognize our outgoing chairman. Doug, you've done an incredible job these past 2 years, and it's been an honor to serve on the board with you. On behalf of all of us at Enactus, please accept this plaque as just a small reminder of our appreciation for everything that you've done.
So my apologies, I messed up my role. I was supposed to give the big gavel to Doug, who is to give it to JP.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
Here, JP. Don't hurt anybody with that.
And now you can have your plaque. Thank you very much.
So I'm just going to make a couple of comments. We have a lot of things to accomplish. But I thought the other night it was quite interesting that we had an Irishman speaking Spanish. I thought it was great that we had Bill speaking some Arabic. So I'll say to you, Bill, shukran for your comments, and mabruk habib. And so to set it first so we can have 2 Arabic sessions up here, for the Arabic speakers, I'll say, Masal khair, kaif halak, and Zayak, Egypt. Well, it truly is a global world, and when I stand here, you can see the entire world. It's amazing. It's such a privilege to have the opportunity to stand here in front of all of you. And I tell you, it gives me a great deal of hope. It's really amazing what you all do. When I came to Enactus for the first time, and I saw it, I think like most people who experience this for the first time, you can't help but say, wow. It's just wow. And then, after I got a little bit more experience, I said to Alvin, you know, Alvin, I come here because I get oxygen. It's good for me. So my commitment to you is I'm going to do everything I can to give you my oxygen and work with the board and the executives here to lead us into the future and do the best job we can all possibly do together. God bless you. Thank you.
As the official scorer of World Cup 2013, KPMG has reviewed the judging decisions for the opening round of competition. Here to certify today's opening round competition results is a senior partner at KPMG South America, David Bunce.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Wasn't that a phenomenal opening round this morning? On behalf of the more than 152,000 KPMG partners and employees around the world, I congratulate each of you on the great work you're doing in your communities and countries. Every team at World Cup 2013 deserves our recognition. At KPMG, we admire people who possess an entrepreneurial spirit, something each team applied to the projects we've seen. I hope you carry this passion for invention and determination to build something great throughout your careers and your lives. Now, while some of my colleagues were doing the scoring this morning, I had the privilege of acting as a judge. And I'd just like to say on my own behalf, and perhaps I could risk saying on behalf of the other judges, I'd like to say thank you to you all for providing us with the most uplifting, emotional and positive day today. And I say that both for the tremendous energy you all showed and for the impact and the quality of the projects you're working on. KPMG has been the official scorer of the World Cup since the very first World Cup in London in 2001. It's an honor for us to serve you in this way each year. It's an additional honor for us to be the presenting sponsor for this event. As the official scorer, we work to develop a voting process that ensures accuracy and transparency. For the opening round, a KPMG representative was present in each of the competition rooms to oversee the scoring process. The voting materials were delivered to us for final verification, and we then presented them to the announcer. Again, on behalf of KPMG, congratulations to you all.
And now for the World Cup 2013 opening round awards results. For each league, we will recognize the third place and two finalist teams. The two opening round finalists from each league will advance to the semi-final round of competition. If your team's name is called, please come to the stage. From League One, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: Tunisia, Brazil, and the United States. In third place is the team from Tunisia. Competing in the semi-final round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team from Brazil. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of the United States. Congratulations! From League Two, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: Ireland, India, and Ukraine. In third place is the team from Ireland. Competing in the semifinal round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Ukraine. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of India. Congratulations. From League 3, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: South Africa, Kyrgyzstan, and China. In third place, the team is from Kyrgyzstan. Competing in the semifinal round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of China. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of South Africa. From League 4, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: Russia, Guatemala, and Nigeria. In third place is the team from Russia. Competing in the semi-final round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Guatemala. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of Nigeria. Congratulations! From League 5, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: Morocco, United Kingdom, and Canada. In third place, the team from Canada. Competing in the semi-final round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Morocco. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of United Kingdom. Congratulations. From League 6, the following teams should come quickly to the stage: Malaysia, Korea, and Kenya. In third place is the team from Malaysia. Competing in the semifinal round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Kenya. And also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of Korea. Congratulations. From League 7, the following team should come quickly to the stage: Puerto Rico, Ghana, and Germany. In third place is the team from Canada. Competing in the semifinal round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Puerto Rico. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of Germany. Congratulations. From League 8, the following team should come quickly to the stage: Zimbabwe, Egypt, and Swaziland. In third place is the team from Swaziland. Competing in the semi-final round of competition, we congratulate the finalist team of Zimbabwe. Also competing tomorrow is the finalist team of Egypt. Congratulations to all of these teams. Here to conduct the drawing of time slots for the semi-final round of competition, welcome our chairman of the World Cup 2013 Rules Committee and the president of the KPMG US Foundation, Bernie Milano.
I now invite one faculty advisor and one student from the 16 teams that'll be competing in the semifinals to come up here on the stage. One faculty advisor, one student from each of the 16 teams. Once all the teams are on the stage, I'm going to randomly draw the names of the countries. And as I do, each country is going to have 20 seconds to select their league and their time slot. Perfect. Move over. South Africa, you have 20 seconds to select your time slot. South Africa. Kenya. Kenya. Ukraine. Zimbabwe. Puerto Rico. Morocco, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Guatemala, India, United States, Germany, Brazil, China, Egypt, Korea, all the leagues and all the time slots have now been selected for tomorrow morning's final round of competition, and we congratulate all of the teams that are here, but all of the teams for tomorrow morning at the semifinals. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Once again, congratulations to all the teams competing in tomorrow's semifinal round of competition. We remind each semifinalist team to send one representative and one faculty advisor to the front of the stage for instructions about tomorrow's competition. Please note, if you are using Enactus provided transportation to return to the airport, please stop by the transportation desk at registration to confirm your departure time and to receive instructions. We look forward to seeing everyone back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the announcement of final round teams and the Thought Leaders panel discussion on sustainable development. Good night.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a